Hey, Steve here. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and for the support and all that sort of thing. I just got back from Germany not too long ago, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to go live and just show you a couple new things. And if you show up and have some questions, I'd be happy to talk to you a little bit about everything. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and look at some unique ideas that we can use in our soloing. Maybe you're doing, more of a pentatonic bluesy kind of thing, or you're doing rock stuff, or whatever the case may be. Hey, everybody. So I thought what I would do is I would show you something that's kind of fun. Now, what I like to do is I like to mix and match slower, more melodic stuff with faster licks, something that adds energy into the solo. Hey, everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this idea. Now, I like symmetrical patterns. When I play, it's really nice to have, hey, James, hey, Love, hey, Son, hey, Ashley, hey, everybody. So what I'm going to do is this. Let's say we're in E minor, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this idea right here. I'm going to go to the E on the 7th fret of the 5th string, right there, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a group of 6 notes that look symmetrical. So I'm playing 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, with the 7 being my root. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Daniel. Hey, everybody. Now, because I'm using this symmetry of my first, my middle, and my ring finger, I can make it a little bit faster because I don't have to think as much about the pattern itself, right? So I can have down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things, then I'm going to talk about how this doesn't have to just be fast. You can do all kinds of different things with this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Stefan. Hey, everybody. Hey, Daryl. So what we're going to do is take that same idea. We're going to move to the next octave. And I'm going to play 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 on the 4th and 3rd strings. So that's an octave. Hey, Marquis. Hey, Carl. Let's see here. Hey, Toothless. There you are. How you doing, bud? So here's what I'm going to do. I've got this. Then the octave. And then I'm going to go to the next octave, which is going to be at the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Right there. Now, I can take each one of these ideas independently and try and do something cool with them, or I can take them and use them collectively. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to look at just taking this idea and breaking it down independently. So let's say I was up here doing this 10, 11, 12. Hey, Dalton. Hey, Tal. Hey, David. Now, I could make a speed pattern out of it, which I often do, and you don't have to, again, but because it is symmetrical, it's very easy to play it fast, right? So that might be something cool that I can do to just add some energy into the solo. But let's look at some other things we could do with it. I could take this, and I don't have to feel like I have to play all 6 notes. I can just combine various notes together and make different kinds of patterns out of it. But whatever I make up here, I can take that same idea and go down here and do the same things. Or down here. Whatever the case may be, right? So what you can do is you can explore just one of those, and if you can come up with some ideas that you like in there, whatever it might be. Like a lot of times, this is one that I'll use a lot. I'll play 10, 11, 12, 10. Thank you, everybody. It's so awesome that you decided to join me. 10, 11, 12, 10. And then I'm going to go back down. And then I'm going to come back up and use the 12. So I go... and I get kind of a cool sound. And I can do the same thing here or here. Okay? So again, just have some fun exploring that chromatic element and learn to defy the logic of, well, it doesn't fit in this particular key or in this particular scale. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. Just look for some unique things that you can do with it, both slow and fast, right? So, hey, everybody. So it's nice to see you, James, Andrew, Subham, David, Chris. I'm glad you guys are all here. This is awesome. So What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that same idea, but I'm going to build what I refer to as a bridge. So if I wanted to play this as a sequence or a larger movement across the guitar, so instead of just going like this, which might be cool, and I could certainly use that, but it sounds a little bit, I don't know, scattered to me. So what I want to do is I want to connect those three ideas together. So what I'm going to do is create a bridge on the second string of each grouping. So I'm going to play this 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, but then I'm going to move up and play 7, 8, 9 on that same string. So I have, and then that leads me right to this group of two strings. And that leads me right to this group. Now, of course, my E is right there, but I can do something with that if I wanted to. Otherwise, I can just stop here. Again, I don't ever feel like I have to do all of these things all of the time. They're just ideas for me to screw around with. So if I do this, and maybe I'll just stop on that E since I'm where I want to get to anyway, right? So if I put those together, I get this nice, comfortable movement with my hand. And it makes for a nice little, quick, symmetrical pattern. Now again, I don't have to use that whole thing. I might just take one part of it, or even smaller, and use that in my soloing. So when I'm playing, and then I want something there, I throw something like that in. Or I simply use those little bridges that I just built, but I don't play all the notes, and I don't worry about it playing fast. I'll get to my amp settings in just a second here. So I'll use that bridge and various notes out of these. If you think about it, we've got 9 notes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll just grab various notes from those and just kind of mess around with it. And I can make some really neat stuff with that too. So there's lots of really great ways that you can approach adding this into your playing, this little idea of playing this group of 6, this symmetrical group of 6, and then adding this little bridge onto that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you today. I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you that and get you something new to practice. And let's see here. Let me see. Oh, Scott is here. Hey, Scott. Hello from Serbia. Hey, how you doing? Now, my amp settings, I'm using this right now. Okay, I'm using my Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit, and I'm on the lead channel right now. I've got the gain down just a little bit, but I've got it on the lead channel. And I tend to run my my low, mids, and highs around 50%. I might turn my treble up just a little bit, and then I tend to run my presence and my resonance controls again around 50%. Although for recording, I find that I have to push that presence up just a little bit more to get a little more bite of what you're hearing. I'm hearing the amp, you're hearing this running direct. So that's all I'm doing. It's very, very straightforward. I've got just a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay on there right now. But again, nothing fancy, and it's all just coming right from the amp itself. So hopefully that helps you a little bit, gives you some ideas. Thank you, everybody. Lydian, I'm not sure what you mean by Lydian, like the study of Lydian. That might be something for another live session. That way I can just go into details on Lydian. But a nice thing to do is to figure out, for instance, when you're trying to work with any particular mode, is what I often tell people to do is just use like the E string as your root. So let's say you were going to be an E Lydian, right? Which puts you in the key of what? So if you think of Lydian, if you can make your way back to what the 1 would be. So E would be Lydian, right? Which puts us in the key of B major. So if we can think of B major, but we're using E Lydian, we can screw around with that and B major. So let's say we're doing this. So what I do is I visualize my fretboard as B major, F sharp minor, E Lydian, all of those things, and then base that off of the root that E would be in the key of B, because B, C sharp, D sharp, E would be the 4, that'd be Lydian. Right? And then I can screw around and listen to that. Michael, this is not a tube head. The Black Spirit 200 is actually, it doesn't have any tubes in it at all. They've got this technology that emulates a tube, and what's great about it is it weighs about 3 pounds, so I can carry it to rehearsals and stuff, and it's very easy. Do you have any tips on learning a song by ear? The first tip I would say is no basic fundamental chord theory like 1, 4, 5 and things like that. Or if you listen to a lot of rock and things, get used to like visual movements that kind of define styles of music. Like when I play 3, 5, 7, that's like Dio and Iron Maiden and the Scorpions and all that kind of stuff, right? Where if I play 1 to 4, that tends to be more like 90s kinds of stuff. So you kind of get used to those things. Like when I first started learning how to play, I learned a lot of Ramones and a lot of 80s rock, you know. So I got used to hearing those distances. And then I didn't worry so much about major and minor tonality because I was learning a lot of rock. That came in later. But the other thing is pop music. You know, if you're dealing with something that's, you know, trying to hear a 1, 4, 5 being major and a 2, 3, 6 being minor, that sort of thing. Any tips on perfecting the pull-off? Lots of practice. If you look up, I've got a video, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's 20 seconds. There are the various exercises, but the point is doing a lot of like legato. Like I call it a 20-second exercise where you do hammer-ons and pull-ups for 20 seconds with one finger combination, and then you go to the next finger combination and the next finger combination. And you don't worry so much about how fast and how good it sounds, although that is important. You worry about the art of hitting your finger down as a hammer-on and actually flicking your finger off as a pull-off. Because you're not just lifting the finger off, you're actually kind of flicking the string like a guitar pick would. You see? When you get to learning heavy metal, what would be the best idea learning by ear? Honestly, in my opinion, it's trying to not bury yourself with something that's too complex. You know, try and go back to earlier metal stuff, you know, more power chordy, Black Sabbath, you know, stuff like that. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, things like that, where you can really hear those chord changes, right? Right, all that kind of stuff. So when you're playing songs, whatever it is, right? I don't want to get this blocked by playing too much of the song, but you get the idea. So you listen to them and you start trying to replicate what you're hearing. If you've got something that's all over the place and it's complex chords and things, it's really hard to figure that out by ear, especially if you're new to this. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to try and go live once a week as best I can. Make sure that you visit me. You can find me on Facebook and different things like that. And I'm going to do the best I can to try and make some content that helps you. But anyway, take care. I'm going to get back to my work, but I just wanted to go live and say I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to see you all right? So take care. Talk to you soon.